Hi everybody, Jesse here. In my last video, I talked about the question of what do I want? And that's going to be relevant for today's topic, which is on people pleasing. So as promised, I'm going to go through all the P words of those things that get in our way as leaders and professionals. So I created this video for those in my leadership groups, but I also hope that they resonate with anyone else who has an interest in leadership. So please feel free to reach out to me. Let me know what you think. My email address is on the screen, jesse@jessekaten.com. So today, people pleasing. So people pleasing is when you find yourself prioritizing what other people want and usually compromising yourself and sacrificing what you want in the process. So people pleasing, like the other P words that I'll come to, perfectionism, procrastination, paralysis, etc., often develop in response to trauma. So if you're a people pleaser, you're operating from the belief that as long as you keep everyone else around you happy, then you are safe. And that usually means that you experience an almost unbearable level of fear or the perception of threat when someone is displeased with you. So because you and your nervous system are seeing that displeasure or that unhappiness with you as a serious threat to your safety, it's a danger. So doesn't it make sense that you'd want to avoid making people around you unhappy? So that avoidance ends up being translated into people pleasing, into doing what you can to keep everybody happy no matter what it costs you. So first, if you spend all your time focused on making sure everyone else is getting what they want, you can end up sacrificing what you want. And that can be a problem for you, as well as for everyone else, as well as for the organization that you lead. So remember, I said we'd come back to that question of what you want, right? People pleasing takes us out of connection with what you want. So second, people pleasing can cause an undue and unhelpful cognitive and affective burden. So if you're spending your time figuring out what everybody else wants and then worrying that you haven't done enough for them still, that's mentally and emotionally exhausting. Also, you're setting yourself up to fail. You will never please everybody. So if you are using other people's opinions or whether they like you or not to determine your own worth, then you will never feel good enough. So that's something we need to let go of so that we can be free to follow our own priorities. Finally, effective leaders are always going to be disliked by someone. There will always be someone you're not pleasing. So if you beat yourself up every time that happens, you risk burning yourself out. And we don't want that to happen. And if you let whether people are going to approve of you or not affect your decision making, then you can find yourself becoming an ineffective leader. And that's not good for anyone either. So here's the good news. If you've spent your life to this point as a people pleaser, then you have gained and practiced some incredibly useful skills. You are observant, you notice people and their behaviors. You are empathetic, you can sense and care about what other people are experiencing. You are well attuned to the needs of others, as well as to what's going on in your environment. You're also probably a brilliant problem solver who can help others get what they want or need. So my advice is to keep all of those brilliant and positive skills that you have developed, keep those and use them, but here's the discernment that I want you to start making. Give up the need, the compulsion, and most of all, the fear of threat that comes from someone being displeased with you. So here's the golden rule for recovering from people pleasing. It's fine to do what you can to make others happy, but make sure it aligns with what you want, what you really, really want. So next time someone asks something of you and you feel compelled, ask, do I want to do this? Or am I merely doing it out of fear that this person won't like me? And if fear is the answer, practice saying no. That's not what I want to do. And remember, if someone doesn't get what they want from you, the world will still go on for you and for them. They will get over it, and so will you. Plus, you're doing them the favor of allowing them to practice their own problem solving, critical thinking, and perseverance skills instead of trying to offload their challenges to you. So send me an email if this resonates with you. Can't wait to see you next time.